Greetings, our Hebrew Israelite brothers and sisters. This is L.D. Smith, the watchman on the wall. Your watchman, Israel. Sons and daughters of Zion, grab that King James. But first and foremost, we want to give a shout out to the whole family. Happy Sabbath, Israel. Now that being said, we're going to go right into our teaching. We got a wonderful teaching tonight. As a matter of fact, my brothers and sisters, this message that we're dealing with now, I mean, these verses here out of Numbers, I mean, this thing is packed. I mean, we can talk about chapter 16 and 17, 18. We can talk about these here, man, for probably about 2 or 3 months, at least. But we're going to just pull out some things, and we're going to go forward into chapter 17 and 18. But I'm just going to hit on some things in chapter 17 and 18. 17 is a short one. But anyway, we're going to look at some things in there, and I'm going to prove, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that Jesus never had anything to do with the tribe of Levi, and that I'm going to prove that 75 or 80% of this Bible is talking about the Levites, and the rest of them is probably about maybe 18% or something like that, maybe 25. But anyway, to make a long story short, we're going to go forward into our teaching, and we're going to talk about some things, and because, see, a lot of people, they are of the family, and they get out of place. They begin to run their mouth and talk about things that they shouldn't talk about. I mean, and you can look at that all down through the pages. There were ones that meddle in God's business, and then God did some things to them. And see, like even right now, we got individuals that are meddling on our page. They got a problem with the watchman. Yeah, because they weren't called. And they may be a part of the family, but you're not called. So you come, and then, throw your little thumbs down. But that doesn't bother us at all. I mean, we haven't slowed down at all. My brother and sister, you got to know for a fact, we come every week, with something different. I mean, with something different, something that really, really makes the individuals start to think about the writing and the reading that they're listening to. And that's what we're here for. We're here for you, our family. But like I say, there are those that are maybe a part of the family. God gonna deal with them. God going to deal with them. And see, but some of them have already experienced God dealing with them in their lives. Like I said to you guys, before, God have killed some. Oh yeah. And then see, the sad part about it is, the ones that are still living, they just let it blow over their head. And we talk about it all the time, but we're going to see it here tonight again in the lesson, because there's some other things that we're going to bring out. And then as we go on, we're going to talk about some other things, all right? Of course, we got to talk about the Christians, right? Right. Now let's move forward here. It says in verse 16, chapter 1, it said, "Now Cord, the son of Azhar, the son of Kohath, the son of Levi, okay, and Dathan and Abiram, the sons of Elibi, and On, the son of Pilah, son of Reuben, took men." Now, as the real was explained to you guys here, you got two different families here, as we stress all the time. When the Most High talks about the children of Israel, he talks about the children of Israel. When he talks about Dan, he talks about Dan. When he talks about Levi, he talks about Levi, okay? So, we're not going to get into that tonight. That has already been solidified. That's already clear. It's crystal. Now, let's go here a little further. He said, "And they rose up before Moses with certain of the children of Israel, 250 princes, and assembled of famous in the congregation, men of renown." Now see here, what they did was, they went and got those that was prominent. The one that was well known, of the children of Israel. Yeah. And see, that's what people do. They go and influence, they go and get the ones that are well known, the one that is well liked, the ones that are talked about, and then they influence them, for their little agenda, and that's all through life, And before I get started, just because you're well liked around individuals that you're around, that doesn't mean anything. If you are not in the program of the Most High, you're just doing shit. I mean, honestly. And you can see here that just because you're with the majority, so-called, this little group, you see, they here trying to gather up a little coup, against Moses and Aaron. As I talked to you guys in the other video here, I guess it was a week back, when the Most High said that was a conspiracy and found among the men of Judah and Jerusalem. See, they're always coming against the Most High. They think that they're coming against a man. Just because a man is sitting before you and you think you know that man. Or you think you may know that woman or that individual. However you want to look at it. But the Most High has chosen different individuals for different things. And see, when you begin to meddle in the Most High's business, then he will silence you. I'll never forget it. That was most of you guys that were born back in the 50s. You remember when the war was going over in Vietnam, and this female named Frida Payne, she sang a song about bring the boys home, bring them back alive. Y'all remember that? I mean, all you guys that that is 50 years and a little older, you gotta remember that. But see, like the Most High says, I create war, I bring peace. See that? Now she's meddling in his business, even though the song may have a good little beat to it, good little sound, and then at that time it may have sound right, but it was wrong. Because that was the Most High's doing. It wasn't man's doing, that was the Most High's doing. And what did he do? He silenced her. He sure did, he silenced her. See, so I'm trying to forewarn these little fools that come on the page, trying to interrupt or try to come in, either try to come in the back door, to try to assassinate. God is going to do something to y'all ass. I'm telling you, you need to go and sit your dusty ass down somewhere, or get on down a dusty road, or wherever you want to go. But you need to sit your ass down somewhere, because you're not going to stop God's program. Now, let's go here a little further. Now, we see here that these here are the Most High's people. But as you know, we're going to hit on a few things and then we're going to move on. But you see that even when you meddle in the Most High's business, he will deal with your ass. You need to stay in your place, shut your mouth. If you don't like it, get to stepping. Move on. Because you can't stop his program. Now look what he says in verse 2. He said, and they rose up against Moses, certain ones. Wasn't all of them. It was certain ones. That was about Reuben and of the Levites. Yeah, then it goes on here. Let's jump down to verse 3. He said, and they gathered themselves against Moses and against Aaron. Wrong thing to do. That is the wrong thing to do. You do not come against the man of the Most High. And I know it's a lot of them out there talking about, well, I'm doing this. Listen, I said it and I say it again. Just because you does not understand what is being said and what's being done, it's best you keep your mouth closed and go on about your business. See, because you talk on matters and dibble and dabble in matters that you know nothing about, and you get yourself messed up. Now let's keep on going here. They gathered themselves against Moses and Aaron and said unto them, ye take too much upon yourself, seeing all the congregation are holy. Well then, see, y'all just doing all this right here. But look, we all are God's people. That may be in one aspect. But God has chosen different ones to be in charge. He has chosen different ones to be over. He has separated different ones from this one to that one. You cannot keep lumping everybody into one group. I mean, you guys sound just like the white man. Everybody that got color in the skin, oh, well, they black. They black. That's not true. That's like saying everybody that's white. Even though he's Russian or German or either Philippine or Japanese. But when I say that, then, well, no, we're different. Well, then how in the hell can you say everybody that has color in their skin are black? I mean, one has to rethink, their speech. Now, let's keep on going here. It goes on now, he says, every one of them, and the Lord is among them. Wherefore, then lift ye up yourselves above the congregation of the Lord. See, I mean, that is one of the that is the biggest. I mean, that is the biggest problem that is among God's people. They do not want to be submitted. But God talks to me. God, no. God is not talking to you. God has set people, that He is sharing His word with. God does not speak to everybody. And one say, well, I am from the tribe. Listen. You know what tribe you're from. You don't. I know well, I'm from this tribe. No, you're not. You don't know. Neither do I. I may have an idea. But I'm not going to say, I'm specifically, I'm from this tribe or that tribe. I got an idea because of my position. But I'm not certain about that. I know I'm chosen, yes. But as far as I'm a high priest, I'm not getting into that. I am what he says. I'm the watchman. But I can have dual office also. Now let's move on. He's saying here, he says, we're in verse 3. He is asking Moses, all of us are God's children. You going to lift yourself above us? Now let's keep on going. He said, and when Moses heard it, he fell upon his face, and he spake to Korah, and unto all the company, saying, even tomorrow, the Lord will show who are his, and who's holy, and will cause him to come near unto him. Even him who he has chosen will he cause to come near unto him. See that? And it's plain as day. It's right in the pages. Moses is telling you, God is going to show you exactly who he has chosen. And as we said on numerous videos, that in time, one is going to find out exactly who we are here. I know a lot of you guys already know, but those that are jealous, those that are skeptical, those that want to come against what we say, those that envy, as they always say, they hate us. Yeah, you're going to see, just like they're going to see here, who the Most High called, who He has chosen. Now let's keep on going here. He says, this do, take your censers, Korah, and all his company, and put fire thereon, and put incense in them before the Lord tomorrow. And it shall come, and it shall be that the man whom the Lord doeth choose, he shall be holy. Ye take too much upon yourself, ye sons of Levi. See that? He says, and Moses said unto Korah, hear, I pray ye, sons of Levi, see it be a small thing unto you, that the God of Israel has separated you from the congregation of Israel, to bring you near. Now he's asking a question. See here, God has separated you to bring you near unto himself. But then he goes on, look, we said, to do the service of the tabernacle of the Lord, and to stand before the congregation to minister unto him. He asked me a question. No, he hadn't chosen you. And he has brought thee near to him, and all thy brethren, the sons of Levi, with thee, to seek ye the priesthood also. That's just like we say. Ones that come on the page and then figure they know a couple scriptures, and then they want to teach. Well, if you can teach, I can teach. That's not true. That's not true. The Most High has to choose you, and He's been doing that all down through the flag. He hadn't changed. Now let's keep on going here. You know, you done start coming into the tabernacle now. You want to take over this, you want to take over that. Now you're gonna seek Aaron and his sons' position also. And that's how they are. They wanna remove God and then run God's program. It happens all the time. But God got some for them. And let's keep on going here. He says here, let's look at verses 9. Well, let's look at 9. He says, "Seemeth it a small thing unto you that God, the God of Israel, has separated you from the congregation of Israel to bring you near to himself, to do the service of the tabernacle of the Lord, and stand before the congregation to minister unto them? And he has brought thee near to him, and all thy brethren, sons of Levi, with thee, and seek ye the priesthood also, for which causes both thou and all thy company are gathered together against the Lord. And what is Aaron that ye murmur against him?" See that? Aaron is the high priest, and you coming against him. But it goes on here. Look what he says here. "All y'all have come against the Most High." And that's what we tell you all the time. When you come against what the Most High's program, you coming against him. But let's jump on down for time's sake. We're going to be moving a little faster. I'm going to jump over some scriptures here. Let's jump down to verse 13. It says, "Is it a small thing that thou hast brought us up?" Now this is them. "Brought us up out of the land flowing with milk and honey, to kill us in the wilderness, except thou make thyself altogether a prince over us." And see, he's saying, well, you brought us out here just to kill us, that you may be a prince over us. That's not true. The Most High brought you out, not Moses. Moses did not bring you out. All the miracles that Moses did in Egypt was by the hand of the Most High. Moses had no power. The Most High put power in Moses' hand when he gave him that rod. Now let's keep on going. 14 said, "Moreover, thou hast not brought us into the land that floweth with milk and honey, or given us inheritance of fields and vineyards. Will thou put out the eyes of these men? We will not come up." See that? Come against him. We don't want to hear what you got to say. No, we ain't coming up. And that's just how they are today. We don't want to hear what you say, but we're going to come over on your page and hit dislike. Well, if you don't want to hear what we say, why keep on coming? Apparently, you are getting something from what we're saying. But the idea of it is, you don't like the watchman, but you can't do anything about it. Now let's keep on going here. "And Moses was very wroth, and said unto the Lord, Respect not thou their offering. I have not taken one ass from them, neither have I hurt one of them. And Moses said unto Korah, Be thou and all thy company before the Lord, thou and they, and Aaron tomorrow." It's going to be a showdown. I'm going to show you who the Most High has chosen. And let's jump on down here. 17 says, "And take every man his censer, and put incense in them, and bring ye before the Lord every man his censers, 250 censers, thou also and Aaron, each of you his censers. And they took every man his censers, and put fire in them, and laid incense thereon, and stood in the door of the tabernacle of the congregation with Moses and Aaron. And Korah gathered all the congregation against them unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And the glory of the Lord appeared upon all the congregation. And the Lord spake unto Moses, and said unto Aaron, saying, see, God explicitly says, I chose Moses and Aaron. I ain't chose y'all. Y'all out of place. Now look what he says here. He goes on here. He says, and Korah gathered all the, okay, I did that one. Verse 20 says, and the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron, Moses, and said unto Aaron, saying, separate yourselves from among the congregation, that I may consume them in a moment. See that? God is pissed off. And that's why I keep on telling you guys, over and over, you don't like what you're hearing, just leave. That's all you got to do. I'm not saying this because of your down, thumbs down. I'm telling you this because you're finna get yourself messed up and don't know it. You're finna get yourself killed. You have already witnessed the Most High. You have already witnessed Him already. Why won't you accept what the? I mean, y'all so fucking hard headed, but the Most High gonna deal with y'all. Let's jump down to verse 20. And the Lord spake unto Moses and unto Aaron, saying, separate yourself from among the congregation, that I may consume them in a moment. And they fell upon their face. See, Moses and Aaron fell upon their face, and said, O God, the God of the spirit of all flesh, shall one man sin, and will thou be wroth with all the congregation? See, a lot of y'all falling behind that bullshit, bumping your gums. Let that fool go on by themselves. Let that fool or those fools go ahead on by themselves, and God will deal with them. But see, like if you keep on hanging around them, believe me, you're going to be in trouble too. Now look what he says here. He goes on here, he says, and the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the congregation, saying, get you up from about the tabernacle of Korah, Dathan, and Abiram. And Moses rose up and went unto Dathan and Abiram, and the elders of Israel followed him. And he spake unto the congregation, saying, depart, I pray ye, forth the tent of these wicked men, and touch nothing of theirs, lest ye be consumed in all their sins. See that? The Most High is finna bring judgment on His own people. Just because you are His people doesn't mean that He won't punish your ass. You got to stay in your place. Stay out of His business. He goes on to say, so that they got up from the tabernacle of Korah and Dathan and Abiram on every side. And Dathan and Abiram came out and stood in the door of their tent, and their wives and their sons and their little ones and their little children. And Moses said, hereby ye shall know that the Lord has sent me to do all these works, for I have not done them on my own mind. Now think about this right here. I tell you guys all the time, I can't do this. I mean, one may say, well, you're talking bad about yourself. I am, me, myself, I'm not capable of doing what I'm doing. Now, through the Most High, it has to work. But those that feel that, well, I can speak fluently, I can read, real well. I mean, I can comprehend all these words. But if the Most High have not given you a spirit of understanding, you just comprehending words according to Western civilization. But you're not getting any insight from the Most High. Now let's jump on over here. I want to I'm gonna bypass a lot of this because you guys already went through this. I'm gonna go over here to verse 29. It says, "If these men die common death, of all men, or if they be visited after the visitation of all men, then the Lord hath not sent me." In other words, if they have a funeral, you know how visitation is for a funeral. They have the showing and whatnot like that. If these men have a funeral like that, then God ain't sent me. That was Moses saying. If they have a regular funeral and they die like regular men, then God ain't sent me. But look what he says in. "But the Lord make a new thing, and the earth open up her mouth and swallow them up with all they are appertain unto them, and they do go down quick into the pit. Then ye shall understand that these men have provoked the Lord." And see, he's announcing judgment on them, and this is what's going to happen to them. Now let's jump on over. Let's jump down to 32. It says, "And the earth opened up her mouth and swallowed them up, and their houses, and all the men that appertaining unto Korah, and all their goods, they and all that appertained to them, went down alive into the pit. And the earth closed upon them, and they perished from among the congregation. And all Israel that was round about them fled at the cry of them, for they said, Lest the earth swallow us up also." See that? Yeah, they didn't have no funeral. God got rid of their ass. The Most High got rid of their ass just like that. And see, they don't understand. They think, well, ain't nothing happened to me yet. But it will. It will. All in time. Verse 35 said, "And it came to pass." He said, "And there came out a fire from the Lord, and consumed the 250 men that offered incense." See that? After all them that was hanging out with him, he burned them up. But the Korah and all of his little gang, the earth opened up and swallowed them. See, that's why I keep on telling you, you can't be hanging around people that are trying to derail, as I may say, the work of the Most High, or try to assassinate it, or try to come in the back door. No, you're going to get yourself in trouble. You're going to get yourself messed up. Now let's keep on going. He says, "And the Lord spake unto Moses," this 36, saying, "Speak unto Eleazar, son of Aaron, the priest, that he take up a censer out of the burning, and scatter thou the fire yonder, for they are hallowed. The censers of these sinners against his own soul, and let them make them broad planks for the covering of the altar, for they are offer them before the Lord. Therefore they are hallowed, and they shall be a sign unto the children of Israel." You want to be a priest? I'm going to make you a priest, but you're going to die for it. "And Eleazar the priest took the basin, the brass censers, wherewith they took that were burnt had offered, and they were made border plants for the covering of the altar, to be a memorial unto the children of Israel, that no stranger," see that, "which is not of the seed of Aaron." See that? So in other words, all y'all out there, y'all might be a part of the family, but he calling y'all strangers. Nobody but Aaron and his sons. That's it. Nobody else. Now let's keep on going. "Come near to offer incense before the Lord, that he be not as Korah and his company. And the Lord said unto him by the hand of Moses. See that? See that? Even you want to holler about we're all the same. No, we're not. We're not the same. You cannot lump everybody into the same. He has the priests, the Levites set apart. Now let's keep on going. 41 says, but on tomorrow, all the congregation of the children of Israel murmured against Moses and against Aaron, saying, ye have killed the people of the Lord. Now how? How can you say that Moses has killed the people of the Lord? And then it says, in 35 says, and there came out a fire from the Lord and consumed the 250 men that offered incense. Moses didn't kill them. The Most High killed them. It's right in the pages. Now let's keep on going. We're going to jump on down here to 42. He says, and it came to pass, when the congregation was gathered together against Moses and Aaron, that they looked toward the tabernacle of the law of the congregation, and behold, a cloud covered it, and the glory of the Lord appeared. And Moses and Aaron came before the tabernacle of the congregation. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, get ye up from among the congregation, that I may consume them as in a moment. See, that they're still talking. You run them out. And God heard them. The Most High heard them. And said, Moses, move out the way. Get from around them. I'm going to consume them in a moment. Look what Moses did. Moses fell down on his face again for him. And Moses said unto Aaron, take a censer and put fire thereon. All right? And he goes on, he says, he says, put fire thereon from off the altar, and put on incense, and go quickly unto the congregation, and make an atonement for them. For there is the wrath gone out from the Lord, the plague is begun. Already. God said, I ain't playing. You can fall down on your face all you want to. I ain't hearing that, Moses. I ain't hearing that. I'm going to take care of their ass. And look what he says here. He said, Aaron took as Moses commanded, and ran into the midst of the congregation. And behold, the plague was begun among the people. And he put on incense and made an atonement for the people. And he stood between the dead and the living, and the plague was stayed. Now, they that died in the plague were 14,700, besides them that died about the matter of Korah. And Aaron returned unto Moses unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and the plague was stayed. See that? God doesn't play. Some of y'all, and I know that they're mad because they can't come and say what they want to say, but it's for your own good. But we know you're going and saying it some other place, but we don't care. We just telling you what does say the Most High. But some of y'all gonna die. I know it because you just don't want to take no for an answer. He has not chosen you. Now let's keep on going. Now let's look at verse 17 here now. Chapter 17. It says, and the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel, and take to every one of them a rod, according to the house of their fathers. See that? Of all their prince, according to the house of their fathers. 12 rods. See that? 12. Remember that. Of all their houses they had. Because all of them, Levi had a priest that was working over all the houses. Over all the tribes. Gad, Manasseh, all those. They had a priest operating. Now let's keep on going. Now let's go easy. Okay, he says in 3, he says, and thou shalt write Aaron's name upon the rod of Levi, for one rod shall be for the head of the house of their fathers. Isn't that right? 12 rods for 12 houses. All right. Let's keep on going. And thou shalt lay them upon the tabernacle of the congregation. Before the testimony, where I will meet with you. And it shall come to pass that the man's rod, when I shall choose, shall blossom, and I will make, to cease from me the murmuring of the children of Israel, whereby they murmur against you. God has given them a sign to show them there's a difference between the ones that I have chosen and you. There's a difference, and y'all gonna see it. Look what it says. He said, and it came to pass, verse 5, that the man rod who I shall choose shall blossom, and I will make. I read that one. Okay, let's look at verse 6. And Moses spake unto the children of Israel, and every one of their prince gave him a rod, a piece, for each prince, one according to their father's house, even 12 rods. And the rod of Aaron was among them. And Moses laid up the rods before the Lord in the tabernacle of witness. And it came to pass that on the morrow Moses went in the tabernacle of witness, and behold, the rod of Aaron and the house of Levi was budded and brought forth buds and blooms and yield almonds. Now this thing here did something that is virtually impossible. It takes a minute for almonds to grow on a tree. Yeah, it has a process that it has to go through. Now here it is, done budded and also done brought forth some fruit. Right in the page, look what it says. Verse 9 says, and Moses brought out all the rods from before the Lord unto the children of Israel, and they looked, and took every man his rod. And the Lord said unto Moses, bring Aaron's rod again before the testimony to be kept, for a token against the rebels. See that? God called y'all rebels. God called all the rest of them rebels, except for Levi, the one that came up against him. Now look what he says here. He goes on, he said, and thou shalt quite take away their murmuring from me, that they die not. And Moses did so, as the Lord commanded him, so did he. And the children of Israel spake unto Moses, saying, behold, we die, we perish, we all perish. Whosoever cometh anything near unto the tabernacle of the Lord shall die. Shall we be consumed with dying? Yes. If you come up there, you're going to die. Levi is the only one. Aaron and his sons is the only one. Now let's keep on going. Let's read 18. Now I'm going to show you something here. Before we get into 18, I want to look at something in 29. I want to go back to 16:29. Let's go back to chapter 16. Let's look at verse 29 here. I want to talk about something here. Look what it says. He says, if these men die, the common death, the common death. And I'm going to read on down to verse 40. Well, let's just look at 40. It says here, to be a memorial unto the children of Israel, that no stranger, which is not of the seed of Aaron. See that? He calls all them strangers that is not of the seed of Aaron. All of them. He says, come near to offer incense before the Lord. Now my question is this right here. Didn't Jesus say that he came from the tribe of Judah? But it clearly says right here, anybody that comes that is not of the seed of Aaron is a stranger. It's right here. Let's go to the book of Luke. Let's go to Luke real quick. I'm going to show you something here. And then we're going to get on back to our teaching. Let's look at Luke. Luke the 18th chapter, I believe. That's the one I want. Yeah, let's look at Luke the 18th chapter. Let's look at verse 38. It says, now this is talking about this man cried unto Jesus. Now look what he says here. He says in 38, he says, and he cried, saying, Jesus, thou son of David, have mercy on me. And they which went before rebuked him, that he should not hold his peace. But he cried so much the more, thou son of David, have mercy on me. Now, this man is calling Jesus thou son of David. Now look what the very next verse says. And Jesus stood still. So in other words, this was a practice for Jesus to be called the son of David. Because if someone's call someone else's name and you passing by, you keep on moving. You only recognize your name because you figure, who's that person talking to? And you keep on going. But Jesus stood still. But this here is what I tell you guys about the writer. The writer is tugging at the reader's mind and heart to make him be persuaded by this bullshit right here. But if you look at this, Jesus stood still. But yet and still, we just read over here that no one can come back in the tabernacle behind the veil but Aaron and his sons. But now you guys know that Jesus said that okay, let's go to Ephesians. Let's go to Ephesians. I go to Ephesians first, then I come back and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Ephesians chapter 2, let's look at 12 through 15. It says that at that time ye were without Christ, being alienated from the commonwealth of Israel, and strangers from the covenant of the promise, having no hope, without God in the world. But now in Christ Jesus, ye who sometime were far off are made nigh by the blood of Christ. For he is our peace, who has made both one, and has broken down the middle wall of partition, between us, having abolished in his flesh the intimate, even the law of the commandments. How can that be? Do y'all see what he's saying? He's saying that the law of the covenant and the commandments was enemies. So he eliminated the enemy. He eliminated God's law. Got to develop his mind. But I'm going to show you that nobody but Aaron and his son can go behind the veil. Nobody. Now we know Jesus says that he came from the tribe of Judah. But let's go and look at that. Hebrews the 7th chapter. Let's look at verse 14. For it is evident that our Lord sprang out of Judah, of which tribe Moses spoke nothing concerning priesthood. And Moses did. Moses never said anything about Jesus at any time being a priest or anything else. Nothing else now. Now let's keep on going here. We are in verse chapter 18 here. Let's jump over to chapter 18. It says, and the Lord said unto Aaron, thou and thy sons and thy father's house with thee shall bear the iniquity of the sanctuary. I thought Jesus said that he bare the sins of the world. They brought all the sin offerings into the sanctuary. Who did? Levi? Not Jesus. He says here, Aaron, he says, the Lord said unto Aaron, thou and thy sons. So Jesus would have to be a son of Aaron, not the son of David. I told you, no one said anything about Jesus at any time. Jesus, the writer of Jesus, he inserts himself in different places, trying to make them a book so that you will believe this bullshit. The man clearly said Thou son of David, and he stood still. Now here we see what the Most High says. Who are you going to believe? Are you going to believe the Most High? Are you going to believe that which is of old, that which is of the past, from ancient time? Are you going to believe that? Or are you going to believe this new bullshit? Because I know a lot of them say, well, I don't want to listen to the Old Testament. We got a new thing. Well, then how can you have something new without having the original? If you see what I'm saying? Like I told this one guy, how can you exist if we take away your father? You don't exist. I mean, I'm just taking a shortcut. I'm making it plain and simple. How? If I take away my father, which his name was Frank, if I take away Frank, then LD don't exist. I don't. But you let them tell you, well, the Old Testament is done away with. We got a new thing. No. You have been lied to, and all that's nothing but Western civilization bullshit. Use some common sense. Now look what he says now. Now this is the Most High. Now damn the other bullshit, and listen to what the Most High says. We're in chapter 18 of Numbers. And the Lord said unto Aaron, huh? This ain't Moses talking. This is the Most High. I mean, that is so disrespectful. I mean, it is very, very disrespectful for you not to believe the Most High and believe something else. And the Lord said unto Aaron, thou and thy sons and thy father's house with thee shall bear the iniquity of the sanctuary, and thou and thy sons with thee shall bear the iniquity of the priesthood. Right in the pages. Now how can Jesus bear anything for anybody? Well, that's my question. He's not of the priesthood. He's not of the household of Aaron. He says he's of the household of Judah. Judites, not the Levites. But look here. Verse 2 says, and thy brethren also of the tribe of Levi, the tribe of thy father, bring thou with thee, that they may be joined unto thee and minister unto thee, but thou and thy sons. But thou and thy sons. But thou and thy sons is the only one that can come and talk to me. Nobody else. It's right in the pages. He says, your brothers, bring them in. They will be joined to you. But they can come and minister unto you. But only you and your seed. Right in the pages. Let's look at it again. He says here. He says, but, see that but there? That changes everything. That separates everything. Thou and thy sons with thee shall minister before the tabernacle of witness, and they shall keep the charge and the charge of all the tabernacle. Only they shall not come nigh unto the vessels of the sanctuary and the altar, that neither they nor ye also die. See that? Telling them, if you allow them to come in here in the Holy Most Holies, I'm going to kill him, I'm going to kill you too. Now let's keep on going. I'm going to show it to you here. Go on down here. Now let's see. Verse 4 says, and they shall be joined unto thee, and keep the charge of the tabernacle of the congregation, for all the service of the tabernacle, and a stranger shall not come nigh unto you. And ye shall keep the charge of the sanctuary and the charge of the altar, that there be no wrath any more upon the children of Israel. See that? Why? Because now everybody know what their places are. Everybody know where their places are. When you get out of line, you're out of line. Okay? Now let's keep on going. And I, behold, I have taken your brethren the Levites from among the children of Israel. Separation. Let me say something. To you they are given as a gift from the Lord. Okay. You see here that he have taken his brethren, the Levites, as a gift to the priests, Aaron and his sons. Okay, they are under Aaron and his sons. They are a gift. Why? To work for them. Now look what he says here. To you, they are given as a gift from the Lord to do. I repeat, to do. I repeat, to do the service of the tabernacle of the congregation. That's all. Not to run Aaron and his sons, okay? Now, look what it says there. Therefore, thou, who? Talking to Aaron, and thy sons, with these shall keep your what? Your priest office for everything of the altar. And within the veil. See that? Now, how in the hell can Jesus go behind the veil? Well, that's my question. Look who he's talking about that can go behind the veil. Therefore, verse 7, thou and thy sons with thee shall keep your priest office for everything of the altar, and within the veil, and ye shall serve. I have given your priest office unto you as a service of gift. End of story. Now my question is, how in the hell can Jesus go down there, go and say he tore down the middle wall partition? Say the veil was ripped in two, in twain. My brothers and sisters writing the pages. I mean, for anyone to walk away from this teaching tonight and continue to believe in Jesus, you definitely is not Hebrew. I can tell you that plain as day. You're not Hebrew. If you continue to believe in this bullshit about Jesus and this and that, and you see what the Most High says, these are not Moses' word, these are not my word, these are somebody else's word, this is the Most High saying, I'm saying this. He's giving Aaron and his son instruction. Only y'all can go back here with the veil. Let's read 7 again. Therefore, thou and thy sons with thee shall keep your priest office for everything of the altar, and wherein the veil, and ye shall serve. I have given your priest's office unto you as a service of gift. And the stranger that cometh nigh shall be put to death. So my brother and sister, according to what the Most High says, if Jesus came, let's say Jesus went back there, and he just said that only Aaron and his sons, and Jesus got to die. Can y'all see that? Jesus had to die. This is the Most High's writing. It's not mine. He's saying this. And he goes on, he said, and the Lord spake unto Aaron, behold, I also have given thee the charge of my heave offering of all the hallowed things of the children of Israel. Unto thee have I given them by reason of the anointing, and to thy sons by the ordinance forever. It's right there. Him and his sons. Nobody else. So my question to all the Christians, if you can just answer this, answer the Most High. This is the Most High talking right now. Answer him. Tell him your thoughts on what he's saying here about Aaron and his son, and then tell him about what Jesus says. That's what you do. Don't get mad with the watchman. Just go to the Most High. He's the one that said it. I didn't say it. I'm only rehashing what he said. But you can clearly see here that in order for Jesus to go behind the veil, he had to be the son of Aaron, not David. And as another thing, I want to add to it, that son of David, David could be any. I mean, he could have been talking about any damn man named David. It doesn't have to be our King David. But just to lay all the cards on the table, how can he go back behind the veil? That's my question. If anybody got the answers to that, hit me up. We hope that this has been an informative teaching, and we wish you guys, we want you guys to continually read and study, and think about all that you read. And we know that the Most High will give you a clear understanding. My brothers and sisters, until next time, shalom.